Today, from FedEx Field in...
The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Show him a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And does Washington have it? They do. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State. Now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Wentz now to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commanders first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Wentz now on first down. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first down, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Wilson. Out quickly to Judy. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Wentz. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. And returns it right back to Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel from 17 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wentz, and he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On play action, it's Wentz. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 3. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Again, it's Wentz. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz. And Thomas has it. And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast we got. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. So that challenge, a successful one. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. A give running right, Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sly able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field.
Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the 2nd half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Gibson again. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 63 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. On first down, Murray. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Murray. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double.
Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Throwing is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll get this up to about the 44. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back now at FedEx Field. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Eric Saubert from 3 yards out. And the Broncos will add to their 4th quarter lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now Wentz. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wilson dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz to the right side and complete to Thomas. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff for Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. First down now, but that clock rolling. Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
They run from the shotgun with Murray. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured, they go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Well, Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us. Not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.